Okay, welcome everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon, and welcome to Momentum for Health's Grant Road facility virtual grand opening. So this is a first for us to do a facility grand opening virtually. We are extremely fortunate and happy to be joined by Santa Clara County Supervisor Joe Simitian and Mountain View Mayor Ellen Kamei for this special event. And I have the honor of introducing them very shortly. This new facility is an expansion of Momentum's North County outpatient program, which has already been serving the North County community for many years. But during this critical time, during this COVID era, it is particularly important that we expand and continue to serve more people, really just because of this behavioral health crisis that has been caused by COVID. The North County area in particular has a need for more services than are currently available, and Supervisor Simitian and Mayor Kamei have been both strong advocates of those services in the North County. So this facility is trying to help meet those needs. Momentum agency-wide has served over 4,000 individuals in just the 10 months since the start of COVID. And already more than we have served, that number is more than we served in the entire previous fiscal year agency-wide. So we expect this demand to continue to grow. This program was previously located with another Momentum program in Palo Alto for many years. And this site currently serves over 200 clients. This site in Mountain View will service right now over 200 clients, and we expect that to grow to over 300 clients at any given time within the next year. All of these individuals are low-income adults who need support often for not only their mental health, but a variety of health and socioeconomic issues, many of whom are Mountain View and area residents who can now access their services that much closer to home. Our Palo Alto program, the La Selva Group, will also be able to better serve its clients now that they have more space and room to grow their own facility, return to pre-COVID levels, and eventually expand once our social distancing is no longer necessary. This will help both commercial insurance and public insurance clientele, including our special COVID behavioral health support program run out of the Cal Ave Palo Alto site. And as I started off by saying, we are so grateful to all of our partners for making this expansion possible. The county, Santa Clara County, our primary funder and partner, the city of Mountain View for welcoming us into the community, El Camino Health for helping us smoothly transition into their old space, and the Sand Hill Foundation for their generous $40,000 grant to equip the space with furniture, cabinets, and other necessities. And because I didn't have it in my notes in the beginning, my name is David Mineta. I'm the CEO and president of Momentum for Health. And if it's not written down, I can't say it. I'm not very quick on my feet. So right now, though, it gives me incredible pleasure and such an honor, actually, to introduce the Santa Clara County Supervisor, who actually, in many ways, needs no introduction because he is such an identified leader, political leader, elected official in Santa Clara County. And Supervisor Joe Simitian, formerly State Senator Simitian, State Assemblyman Simitian, Mayor Simitian, and when I first met him, President of the Board of Education, School Board in Palo Alto. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Supervisor Joe Simitian.
Well, thank you, David. You made it sound like I'm a fellow who can't keep a job, but I'll let that go. Thank you all who are with us today. This really is an announcement of some significance, and I'm really pleased to be included. I should indicate that among my roles at the Board of Supervisors, I have the opportunity to serve as chair of our board's Health and Hospital Committee. That means that these mental health issues are top of mind and constantly a source of concern for me as someone who represents the northwest portion of Santa Clara County. And so I'm particularly pleased, as David has indicated, that we're celebrating today and announcing the opportunity to expand services in an area that frankly has been underserved, at least in my view, over the years. I should start with a very simple, direct sentence, which is this: mental illness knows no political boundaries. Mental health needs do not respect the artificial political boundaries between and among our 15 cities. Folks of every demographic and every income level have mental health needs as well. So when we're talking today about the opportunity to expand these services here in the North County, it is a welcome opportunity to make sure that the emotional and mental health needs of folks in the northwest portion of Santa Clara County are more fully met. Many of us on this call and in this conversation have been frustrated over the years by the fact that mental health really hasn't had parity with other healthcare needs. And what I so value and appreciate about the work of Momentum is they approach this work with the same determination, clarity of purpose that any healthcare provider would and should bring to their work. And I hope that now we are in a position to see those numbers of folks who benefit grow. As David has described, it's a potential 50% increase in capacity here in North County. That is welcome news indeed. And I thought about this. Someone actually asked me, David, whether or not, was this still a big deal since we're talking about a physical space during a time of virtual services? And I said, well, I think it is a big deal times two, because we all are experiencing the reality of folks out there whose mental health needs, whose emotional supports are greater than ever as a result of the COVID pandemic. We know that people are under stresses that we never could have imagined, and we know that it is harder than ever for them to access the help that they need and deserve. So the timeliness of this announcement is really quite gratifying to me in terms of addressing the current crisis. And David, as you referenced, there is going to be a day when we put the pandemic behind us. And then the question will be asked, do we have the services we need for the folks who need them in every corner of the county to make sure that people, when we go back to what will be our new definition of normal, I suspect, but do we have the services we need in every corner of the county to help folks who require the help? And because of Momentum's efforts, which I'm really delighted to be associated with today, we're going to be able to say, well, there's still more work to do, but we are an awful lot closer. So thank you for that. Thanks to the good folks at El Camino for their role. Thanks to your funders as well. The county is, as David has said, a longtime partner with Momentum. We know that we do better work when we have capable partners like this who are close to the ground and understand the needs of the community. And before I hand it back to David, let me just give a little bit of a nod and a shout out to Mayor Kamei from Mountain View. I always describe Mountain View as a can-do community, a caring community with a can-do city government, and it is just that. And they have cooperated and collaborated in so many good efforts. So it's not a surprise to me to see the mayor here with us today. David, thank you, congratulations, and as I say, we need all the opportunities to celebrate we can find in a very difficult time. This really is one of those opportunities. Thank you and congrats.
Thank you, Supervisor Simitian. And again, from your comments, I think it's very plain for everyone here today to understand your connection to behavioral health and support for parity among the general health conditions. And that is so important. And as you can also see, is plain to see for everyone else, Supervisor Simitian is probably one of, I always feel like smartest in the room. Whenever I'm in the room, I always feel that every time. And most capable, one of our most capable elected leaders in the county. So in the region. So thank you, Joe. So I'd like to now turn to Mayor Kamei. And we were talking earlier, and I would have to say that Mayor Kamei she's most recently elected mayor to Mountain View. She's been a city council person, but she was up really late last night because the city council went very late, till past 1 a.m. So I really appreciate you being here, Mayor Kamei. Thank you very much. And, for one of the, again, as I said, Supervisor Simitian, smartest, I think, whenever I'm in the room, he's smartest in the room. I would have to say that, for Mayor Kamei is, one of the leaders that I think many of us are going to be counting on for decades and decades to come. And, you talk about capable, that Mayor Kamei has probably more experience in government than so many others who are actually in elected positions right now. And we are very fortunate to actually have you here today and representing Mountain View. And we appreciate the welcome from you and your staff for Momentum into Mountain View. So, Mayor Kamei.
Great. Thank you so much, David. And thank you so much, County Supervisor Simitian. It's an honor to join this live virtual press conference to represent the city of Mountain View as our mayor. And I'm so pleased to welcome Momentum for Health to their new location on Grant Road to our community. As many of you know, Momentum's North County outpatient program has already been serving the Mountain View area along with the North County for many years. We're glad that as the largest nonprofit provider of mental health services in Santa Clara County, you found a new home right here in Mountain View that will allow you to expand and enhance the services you provide. Our community is known for being compassionate and caring, as Supervisor Simitian said, and helping those who are in need of assistance. And Momentum for Health is a wonderful community member to have that helps individuals achieve mental and emotional health, discover and reach their full potential, and fully participate in life. The timing is also ideal for the Grant Road location to open. The COVID-19 pandemic has created an emotional toll for many in the community, especially those who have experienced loss and economic hardships. There is now even more demand for behavioral health services. And being here in Mountain View makes these services more conveniently located for residents to access. And we were actually just talking about mental health services last night at our city council meeting as part of our joint use agreement. I sit on the board of the Community Health Awareness Council. And last year, the city of Mountain View prioritized youth mental health and are looking at expanding to prioritize mental health in general. So we are so grateful, and we thank you for Momentum for Health for choosing Mountain View for your newest location, and we welcome you to your new home. Thank you so much.
Sorry, I got to get one of those cups of, you're on mute. Sorry. So thank you, Mayor Kamei. It's wonderful to be, feel such hospitality and welcome into the region, into the area. And I just want to say that, along with the other partners, we have a lot of other behavioral health partners here in, that we've been working with for many years in North County. I know CHAC and El Camino, their behavioral health services. Also, I know Uplift is family services, is also providing a lot of youth services. Kaminar, family and children services, FCS. So there are many great, strong partners here in the North County, and we are very, very honored to be joining, a large group of other providers. So with that, and again, such an honor to have Supervisor Simitian, Mayor Kamei, but I have to say, for my own job, employment future, I'm very proud to now introduce the chair of our board and my boss. and also the general counsel from El Camino Health, a stellar boss. I want to introduce Mary Rotuno.
Thank you, Dave. I really want to congratulate the Momentum leadership and staff on this exciting outpatient program expansion. You know, as others have mentioned, this new site will increase access to critical services in the county and will enable more people, both in Mountain View and the North County, to obtain treatment. And as everybody's observed, there is an increasing need for mental health services that have arisen during COVID. I think everyone experiences anxiety and other issues from the isolation and social distancing. And so this program expansion couldn't have come at a better time or a much more needed time. And I'm humbled to serve with Dave and the other Momentum leaders and to serve the clients. And I'm just so thrilled to be able to participate in this grand opening and wish everyone success in providing greater access to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary, and really appreciate Mary and our board's leadership as well. So thank you, Mary. So now, before we get to Q&A, before we turn to Q&A, we would like to actually have a little client testimonial. And I would like to turn it over now to Catherine Santakova, who is a case manager, employee with Momentum, and who will be doing the honors of introducing the client testimonial. Catherine.
Hi, everybody. It's a big honor for me to be here with you. Thank you for having me. And it's like the biggest honor for me is to present one of my clients. It's not just my client. We all kind of like helped him to thrive. His name is Alan, and he's still pretty young with a lot of struggles, mental health-wise, health-wise, with drug addictions. And he was on and off with different mental health services in the Bay Area for a very long time. And finally, he came to us in 2015, as far as I remember. And so since then, he's with us, and we're providing him services as case management, psychiatry support. He's taking his psychic medication shots here, and of course, therapy. Before the COVID, we did a lot of groups with him. And so his story is really amazing. And yesterday we were able to make a little video, and he was answering some very openly, some very honest questions about his way of life and his way of treatment. So he's our star. And so please, I guess Alex will put the video, so enjoy watching. And if you have any questions, and if you will have any questions about like more specifics about Alan, I am ready to. I have his full permission to say everything about him. I said to him, like, I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, enjoy.
So Alex, we aren't hearing any sound on this. I know we've probably prepped this, but we may have to turn up the volume.
Symptoms of my illness when I was 20 years old, and I had a lot of problems before that, but they first manifested in symptoms when I was 20 years old. And at the time, and for a long time, I did not acknowledge that they were symptoms of mental illness. I really just thought that people were against me and that they that I actually acknowledged that I had a problem. I started using drugs when I was 15 years old, and I was addicted to drugs for 10 years solid, and then I was relapsed a couple of times for 10 more years, or 5 more years. So all in all, about 15 years. And it was a big problem for me in a lot of ways. It caused a lot of damage to my relationships, my mind. It certainly made my mental health issues worse. And it made me very isolated. For me, at least, it was like, have I hurt my family enough? I've hurt my family enough, you know? I have put my family and those who love me through enough pain. And I don't want to do that anymore, you know? Because it was like, all right, do you want to spend the rest of your life in and out of institutions, locked institutions, places you just have no choice but to be in? And or do you just want to work this recovery and work your program and try earnestly to get better? You know, working with people, working with the people who are there to help you. That's essential to getting better, getting better. So yeah, I think it was working with the case managers and the groups and everything, and not being isolated. You know, becoming part of the world. Another part of it was wanting to get something substantial for myself, namely money. I'm not an angel, you know, I'm not perfect, but I did make a decision to have some substance in my life at a certain point. And money, substance, independence, you know. So yeah, that was what did it for me. It was like that goal of just having something substantial. And once I had that grounding, that goal, then I was able to work towards it. If you really believe in something, then you can take steps, small steps towards obtaining that. I have a job, and I gotta say, it's not like you have to be a perfect person, but it's like making money feels good. You know, doing well feels good. It makes you feel good. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm just going to do what I've set out to do. I'm gonna do something good for myself. Not the best, not perfect, because there is no perfect, but I'm gonna do something for myself, help myself.
Thank you, Alan. Again, that was a taped. Obviously, that was our in-house taping, video crew. I really appreciate Alan and the courage it takes to tell his story at a virtual press conference and opening of our Mountain View facility. One of the things I just would want to say is that, I think when Alan was talking about substance in his life, I think he was talking about assets and all. So and he's just so great to hear, that story of recovery, and that Catherine and other Momentum staff are able to help and assist and partner with Alan on his recovery plan. So with that now, we actually would like to open it up for questions and do a little Q&A. Once that's done, we will have, as a note, we are going to have a virtual tour of the facility. So for those folks who can stay around, we will have our manager, Vera, our amazing manager for our North County office, do a virtual tour of the facility. But before that, we'd like to open up for some questions. And actually, I would have a question both for Supervisor Simitian and Mayor Kamei. I think, given your concerns around COVID and behavioral health issues for the North County, what you've both, alluded to. How do you see sort of the next, year and a half sort of playing out? What are some of the things that you're concerned about over the next year and a half, both for behavioral health, but I think maybe health in general for the North County community, Mountain View?
Madam Mayor?
Okay, sure. Well, I think when we're talking about health, two things come to mind. One of them, actually, we were addressing last night during our city council meeting, which is providing housing opportunities for all. And so one of the things we were discussing was the acquisition with Santa Clara County for a hotel as part of efforts related to rapid rehousing for our unstably housed and homeless population. We know that being safely housed contributes greatly to one's mental health, emotional health, and well-being overall. And so those things, for me, are in tandem. One is providing mental health services, which today we're so lucky to welcome Momentum to Mountain View to help us provide, in addition to the many partners you listed, as well as housing opportunities for those who are most vulnerable. And so this potential housing project, we're looking into the acquisition. And then in April, we will be launching 100 what are called modular units for our unstably housed. And that will also be rapid rehousing for folks to kind of have an interim housing as they look for more permanent housing. And so as we're thinking about seeing a light at the end of the tunnel for COVID, it's providing, I would say, kind of a ramp or some sort of outreach safety net for our community so that they can be the most healthy. And then touching on mental health more generally, we have heard loud and clear from everyone, no matter what policy topic it is. We heard over the summer cries about racial injustice. Now we're hearing about in our schools and having to adapt to virtual learning. So we're really trying as a community to say we've aggregated all of the different services that are available and providing that on our website and doing community outreach in multiple languages to let people know that they aren't alone and that our community is here for them. No matter what their mental health may be, we're here.
That's great. Thank you, Mayor. Supervisor Smitty?
Well, I would just say, I think we've got three challenges all at the same time, David. We are, of course, obliged to keep doing the good work that we have been doing, but under a much more difficult set of circumstances in terms of providing the services to the community. So, we rely on you and the partners that you referenced, but it's not as if the work stopped simply because we had a pandemic. The work still needs to get done. And under more challenging circumstances, as I say. The second point is, as we discussed earlier, now we've got a new set of challenges that are specifically a function of the impacts that the pandemic is having on people's mental health and emotional well-being. And then the third challenge is we need to be planning for the future so that when we roll out of the pandemic, we are in good place to meet the need then. And that's what is so appealing to me about the new facility that you're unveiling today. It is Exhibit A of your planning for the future and being ready to go, when the time comes to unveil it. So we got to keep doing the work we've been doing. We've got to respond to the particular challenges of COVID, and we got to plan for the future. We got to do all that at once. And as I think I've been an advocate for a program for teens, younger patients called Alcove, which we're hoping to finally stand up in the late spring in both San Jose, but also in Palo Alto to serve the North County community. I've been pushing as well for acute care beds for teenagers who really need help at a crisis point in their lives. And that project at Valley Medical Center will be a project that serves the entire county, including North County residents who've been seeing their kids, frankly, shipped off to, halfway to hell and gone. So the work of the future cannot be put on hold, even as we make our way through the pandemic. And that's what I think is so impressive about your announcement today. So there you go.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Supervisor. I mean, thank you both. Again, you've both hit on and touched on such important topics. I think the housing was so important, Mayor Kamei. And then I think, Supervisor Simitian, just this planning and all the work that's been done and that we are still, on the way. I think Alcove is going to make a major improvement in our area. And, we, again, feel very, very, I think, privileged to also partner with Stanford Med and Dr. Adelsheim and all his colleagues from Stanford. So, and all the Alcove partners. So excellent. So thanks. I just wanted to just double check, Alex, just to see. It looks like we may be ready for our virtual tour then. And Vera, I just want to point out one, Alex, our Development and Communications Director and Alethea Ramirez, our manager from Development Communications, for putting this together. And then our amazing manager from our North County site, Vera Kugel, who I just want to say, Vera, just thank you so much. Also, Catherine, I think you were, we did have one question, I'm sorry, in the chat, and it was just around services for Alan. Catherine, I think if you might be able to handle that, Judy's question before we turn over for the tour, the virtual tour.
Yeah, sure.
Just wondering what else that Alan was able to participate in at Momentum.
So the story when Alan just came, of course, he was assigned to a case manager, a psychiatrist, and he didn't want to do therapy back then. It was mostly about trust issues and his paranoid thoughts about that everybody's against him, that there is a big conspiracy theory. So it was very hard for him just like to communicate with people on a very basic level. And he started little by little talking with the case manager. Back then it was Anand. And they were like meeting regularly once a week just to talk about like anything under the sun. And then Anand kind of convinced him to come to my group. I was facilitating young adult group back then. So there were like people who were under 40 years old. So they have their goals about like love and relationships and working and leaving their parents' house. So like that all young people have in mind. And that helped him just to connect with other folks with mental health issues and to see that he's not the only one. And I guess the breaking point was when during one of the groups, we did like collage technique, and we were talking about dreams and about profession and any kind of job they would like to participate in future. And Alan said that he would like to do something related to food industry. And since then, he started like working toward this little by little. He agreed to do therapy. So he's been meeting with therapists on a weekly basis, and they are kind of like talking about very deep emotions. It helped him to understand his mental health issues better, to cope with this paranoia and kind of like to separate reality from paranoia. Same thing that we did together as well, me and him, we went for like walks in the community, and we were buying groceries, we were doing like opening bank accounts, and I did all the time. I did reality check with him. Like, look, these people are not against you. They're here to help you, or they just like don't care about you. But there's like nobody who is like spying on you or trying to get something from you. So I guess like all this reality testing and honesty, like it was like very deep and honest contact all the time. And then groups. So groups, we did with him DBT, mindfulness meditation groups, art groups, and being in the community and being with these folks and just expressing himself and showing to everybody how smart he is. He reads a lot. He's very intelligent. He comes from a very intelligent family. He plays piano as a god, like really. And it was nice to have the piano in our old facility, and it would be nice to have one here. So Alan played like beautiful music. He played Chopin, he played Vivaldi. So he enjoyed playing, we enjoyed listening to him, and it kind of like, it was nice. And then psychiatry support. So Alan is very against any medications. And it took him for a while, they're telling me time. So it took him for a while to agree to have medications. Now he's doing shots, and they have an agreement to decrease the medications. So it's all like big success story. And at the end, my last sentence, he's working in IKEA right now in the food industry, and he's like serving and eating nice Swedish meatballs, and he's happy about that.
Thank you, Catherine. That's that's great. That's a great update at the end. All right. Well, with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to Vera, and then we will move over to the virtual tour side. I would invite, if I know Supervisor Simitian and Mayor Kamei are pressed for time. I appreciate you both being here. Appreciate your support just at all, normally, but really today to help kick off and open this site in Mountain View. So again, to everyone here today, thank you all for spending part of this rainy day with us, trying to sort of actually, this is a ray of sunshine for all of us, and we hope for others in North County and particularly Mountain View, the opening of this site. So,
and David, please convey our thanks to each and every one of the people who does the work you do. It's, there are half dozen faces here today on the screen, but we know how many folks there are out there who are doing the work. I don't think they are often recognized, and I know they are underappreciated. So please convey our thanks to them. Will
do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much again, Supervisor Joe Simitian and Mayor Ellen Kamei. Thank you all very, very much. Great. Yeah, really appreciate you both. All right. Well, with this, I think we're going to turn over to Vera. Vera, I think I don't even know how you're going to do the virtual tour part, but this is exciting because I have no idea how you're going to do the virtual tour part. So I guess Alex is working on that right now. Again, for everybody who's been on, thank you for joining us today. Please stay on for the virtual tour. And again, thanks for taking the time to join us. And I think either Alex or, is trying to start the camera. And here we go.
I will hold it. Hi, everybody. It's so great to have you all as a guest in our new facility. It's yes, we did have a little bit of a hiccup with the equipment, but I think we will work it like that. So I will just hold the laptop and I will show everything around. I actually will show that how we enter the building, and that's I probably need to switch the picture. How do I switch the picture? Oh, I can switch the picture. Okay, so in this case, I won't show you how you actually get to the building. I really truly hope that at some point you all will visit and physically see our building. So this is our front area, and maybe you can show, yeah. So this is our front area. That's our front desk admin, and this is a waiting and seating area. Yeah, we have two areas, one smaller one and one bigger one, where our clients can sit and wait for the appointment. So this, if you can just walk with me, we have, like I said, front desk area, and we have the clinicians' rooms. And we have two rooms where our clinicians are sitting. This is one of them, and this is another. This is where our clinicians are sitting and making notes and making phone calls. They don't see clients in these rooms. And if you follow me, this is obviously a hallway. This is how it looks like. So this is, if you follow me, this is the therapy room, one of the three that we have, which is super exciting. We never had anything like that. So that's one of the therapy rooms. Really nice. I want to kind of show them so we'll see that it really looks nice. I really hope that you can see that. So that's how our therapy room looks like. This is, this is a medical doctor's room. We don't have doctors right now. They work remotely. So this room is basically waiting for them. Also, even with our staff, we do rotations, so you won't see as many people as I wish you would see, because they're all wonderful. You saw Catherine, who is basically like wonderful. It's not even cover it, but you know, all our staff are really, really great. You won't see many of them because of the rotation. Again, hopefully it will end pretty soon, but as it is what it is right now. So that's, here we go, and we have two areas. One is the cubicles areas where our case managers are sitting. This is actually vacant, waiting for a new case manager to start pretty soon. And that's another therapy room. We can maybe show it here. That's another therapy room that is actually, you know, being used and like constantly. Every day. This is our case manager. Hi, Noemi.
Hi.
So this is our case manager. This is the equipment, and so Sandhill Foundation, thank you so very much for the whole equipment that she's having right now. Laptop and cell phone and everything. It was possible with the help of Sandhill Foundation. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. So we have another therapy room. I will not go there. Therapy is actively happening right now over there, so we won't go there. And now we're gonna go and see first group room. You will see we have a lot of plants here. This is our greenery room, really, with furniture and everything. Also, thank you, Sandhill Foundation, for that. That was a wonderful help with the furniture for sure. So this whole area is cubicles where our case managers, including Catherine, sits. We can actually show where Catherine sits right now. Here she is. And there is another cubicle right there. Yeah. Again, because of the rotations, not everybody are here. And we're going even further. We're so excited. We've never had that much space. We're still very much psyched about how much space we have. So we have another line of cubicles, and we have Prabant as one of our case managers, also sitting and working and enjoying the nice equipment that he has right now, which helps tremendously, by the way, with working with clients, especially now with the rotations. They can work from home and they can do video calls with clients, and that's huge. That's really, really huge. So we have kitchen for staff. Never had that before, just so you know, never had that part before. So that's all new and nice. We don't have chairs because we're not in the places too small. We can just really sit here, but we can absolutely enjoy. It's all new. They didn't have kitchen here, so that's, we're very grateful. The biggest room, the biggest conference room right here with a huge big screen TV. Again, Sand Hill Foundation. Thank you again. So that's the biggest room. We actually hold also our team meetings, or at least we will be able to hold our team meetings when we are all allowed back to the to the room and to our offices. And of course, the biggest group therapy will happen in this room as well because of the size. And all the equipment is new. Also, we had to buy everything. We basically had to buy everything from scratch. We didn't have anything here. So coffee machines, everything was bought. And yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate the help. I don't think we would be able to really buy as much and necessary equipment if it's not for Sand Hill. Thank you so much, guys. We so appreciate it. This is going to be probably an art room for the art therapy, for the group, for the art therapy groups as well. So that's the last one. It's definitely smaller than that big one, but very doable. And again, all the furniture and everything. Like I said, we had carpet. That's what we had when we came to this place. So what I wanted to show you guys is very important. Also, we built it from scratch. We didn't have it. It's a nurse office. So Alex, if you can maybe just go inside and show. So all that we didn't have. It was just the floor, nothing else. So we built all that from scratch. And so our nurse will be able to give injections to our clients. Again, wouldn't be possible without financial help. Absolutely. So here we will have, we don't have it yet, it's in the progress. We will have intake people. We will have dedicated people who will do just intakes, and we're very much in the communication with the county about it. So they will all sit here. It's very ready for them. It's all set up. So it's basically waiting for people to start. And I think I didn't miss anything. That's basically, that's our new place. And it's the only thing that it's missing is you guys to come and visit. And I really, really hope that when it all ends, you will be able to come and visit us. And we appreciate all the help. We really, really kind of see now how much we can do, how much more we can do for our clients in this big facility, and with everything that we were able to build inside the facility with help, with your guys' help. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. And please stop by when we all can stop by physical places. That will be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vera. Thank you, Vera. That so I just again want to thank, sort of what Supervisor Simitian was saying earlier. I want to thank Vera and the North County staff. They have been patient and have kind of persevered through, just a lot of adversity. And I just want to say thank you for, for doing that, and, being, and then opening up this new facility that I think so many folks are going to be able to receive, great care at and from. So I want to thank, again, Vera, thank you to you and your staff and the staff up at North County. All right. So with that, I think our virtual tour is over. I want to thank everybody for coming out today again on this rainy day. Really appreciate folks coming out and, really adding a ray of sunshine on an otherwise fairly gloomy day. Hopefully when things are back to normal, we can actually do something more on site in person. So with that, Alex, I believe this is a wrap. And thank you everybody on the chat. I was so concerned about our program. I haven't really been working the chat. But thank you everybody for hanging around and doing the virtual tour. I want to thank our board members. I see a lot of board members. Dr. Wesley Clark, former colleague in the federal government, but so many folks. Thank you all for joining us today. All right, with that, everybody, thanks. Have a great and safe rest of the week. Stay healthy, and everybody take care.